Islam Makhachev is still the betting favorite against Charles Oliveira. Do fighters agree? Find out in the latest edition of MMA Pros Pick.
I made a vow. I don't pick against Charlie Olives anymore.
I think 60%, 60 for 40% is Islam win. I think this is my opinion. I think he have more like ground game. He's like more stronger. I think it's more his game, you know, like Khabib's, like Khabib style, you know. He wrestle with Khabib every day, brother. What? This is, I think, Oliveira not too surprise him, not big surprise him. I think, but this is MMA, you know. Oliveira, he's a fucking gangster. Also, he can make he dangerous all seconds in the fights.
I'm with Islam. Yeah, a lot of guys underestimated Islam, you know. Charles Oliveira always talk like his last opponents, but with every fight you have new challenger, you know. You cannot say I beat last three fights good fighters, now I will beat the next one also. Then mine is wrong, I think.
How do you think Islam will defeat Charles?
I think ground and pound.
Okay.
Third, fourth round maybe.
That's Oliveira. I'll never sleep on Oliveira ever. Like I've been a fan before he started wearing the glasses and whatnot when he had the black hair. So yeah.
Ooh, I say Oliveira.
It is interesting. I think, Charles is really finding his stride as a champion. I admire his career and the resiliency he showed, taking on those kind of early ups and downs. I helped Cub Swanson prepare for Charles back in the day. And just to see where Charles has taken his career since should be inspiring for all fighters. Man, he's looked great in the clinch. He has shown that he's been hittable, but he's been very durable. And he makes amazing scrambles to be able to take these guys' backs. He's explosive, he's quick. And Islam, the Dagestani style is such a grind. They're the best chain wrestlers in the world. Their ground and pound is amazing. Their submission game is always improved. And, he comes from a great team at AKA and has one of the GOATs in Habib training him. I think it's going to be fireworks. I really do. I think it may end up being much more of a striking match than everybody's anticipating. I think these guys may be nullifying each other a bit in the clinch and the takedowns and the groundwork early on, and we may see more of a striking match. And in that striking, I would give the style advantage to Charles early on, and we'll see. See how the 5-round fight progresses. I got to go with the champ right now and give him a slight edge. But I think we're going to be in for a great legendary lightweight showdown.
I like Charles, man. I don't see him being an underdog with anyone in that division. He's proven it. It's like, at some point you got to give some people credit. Like, I know that, I don't even know how to say his name. He's got great wrestling, great control. Oh, it's Islam. Okay. So, he's got great wrestling, great control. And, but it's so freaking boring. I'm so tired of the Russian fighters and they're, lazy. Like, I'm going to take you down. Okay, that's great. Now submit someone or get some TKOs from ground and pound. Like, do something big. Like, I'm just like, it's just tired of it. Like, but, at the same time, people got to learn how to wrestle and they got to learn how to get up. So if they want to send those guys to me, I'll fight them all day. But I think that he's a boring fighter. And I'm so tired of hearing how whiny he is. He's so whiny. And I'm like, dude, like, you're Khabib's boy. Like, you're supposed to be just silent killer. Like, shut up. He just talks so much. So I hope Oliveira puts him in his place and, wins that fight.
Oh, man. I'm going to go CO. CO's coming home with it. He's too hungry, He's shown right now that he has great skill. And if they go to the ground, I feel like his jiu-jitsu's that much better. His striking's obviously better. So I'm gonna go CO. All the tides are against him, but we'll go Charles Oliveira.
Very, very interesting fight. If Oliveira can keep it on the feet, I think he wins. If it goes to the ground, it's a big question mark on whether or not the wrestling is able to negate the jiu-jitsu. Because as I said, a good wrestler who knows a bit about submissions is going to be able to neutralize hips very well. So my inclination would be, if it goes on the ground, Oliveira is not going to be able to get off his submissions as well as he usually has been able to do, and could lose the fight on points. But standing up, I think he's the cleaner striker and has more power. So I think he wins it there, and only in transitions, like getting up or going down, that's when he's going to have the opportunity for submissions. Otherwise, it could be a long evening just getting held and mauled.
I think that is probably going to be Oliveira's like toughest matchup ever yet, but just stylistically, it's going to be a hard matchup for him. But Oliveira is probably my favorite fighter right now on the roster, so I'd have to side with Oliveira.
I believe Charles will win. Charles has recently found his striking and his heart as well. People say you can't teach heart, and he has quit in fights before. I've seen it, I think 3 or 4 times, but he's faced adversity and problems worse than what made him quit in the past, and now he doesn't quit. He's just coming forward. His striking game is excellent. He's shooting on wrestlers that are better than him, like Michael Chandler, and getting them down, and his ground game is... There's jiu-jitsu black belts, and then there's jiu-jitsu black belts. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a jiu-jitsu black belt for MMA and stuff. Like, this guy's a legit threat on the ground. Like, nobody wants to get on top of him. If Islam wants to get on top of him, Charles will twist him up. If Islam wants to strike with him, he thinks he's facing the old Charles, which is like, oh, I'll take a punch and crumple. I don't care. But he's not crumpling anymore. So it's like, it's a bad fight for Islam. The only way Islam wins is by, cage stall, being boring or whatever. But, yeah, I see Charles Oliveira winning that fight by stoppage.
Dude, that's a nuts fight. And I'm going to go with my heart on this one because the story is similar. The adversity is similar. I love that Rocky story, that comeback. I'm going with Charles Oliveira all day. He's actually my favorite fighter in the UFC.
Oliveira for the win on that one, just because I think he has the right mentality and put Scott first as well. So he has a good family man, and good fight as well. I'm excited for whatever happens.
Man, I gotta go with Du Bronx. Like I love Du Bronx. I know people think maybe Islam's gonna win that fight, but man, I've been watching Oliveira since such a long time ago, and his story is so inspiring, and the fact that he's the champion now is absolutely amazing. And I hope he goes out there, and I actually hope he goes out there and he out wrestles Islam. But that's what I'm going for, is Du Bronx.
Shit. Charles.
Everyone's saying that Makhachev is going to hold him on the ground, just put the Russian pressure and win the fight. But last time Makhachev fought a Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy, he tried to stand up and just strike him. And with a guy like Charles Oliveira on the ground, I don't think he's going to put this fight on the ground. Last time he fought Davi Ramos, he did not work this Russian pressure on the ground. So I feel like on this fight, he will try to stay on stand up, and maybe in the end of the rounds try to just get a takedown to get the round. But Charles Oliveira will be ready to submit this fight, and I believe he's gonna submit this fight.
That one is tough, man. It's almost like Chimaev, the style of Islam, but he's gonna have a very good challenge and a good problem in front of him with Oliveira. So no, I'm stick with the champ. I think he's one of the best right now, and he seems unstoppable. So I'm going with the champ.
Well, technically he's not the champ. Remember, he missed weight, but I know what you mean. You're picking Oliveira. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Oliveira. He keeps proving. I got to quit betting against Oliveira, man.